Hi everybody, it's Christy from Bioscan here. I just wanted to do this quick video as I've been having a lot of people ask me recently about how many calories they should be eating and are they eating enough, are they eating too much, in particular if they're wanting to lose weight or gain muscle mass. Now, if you've had a scan with me, or even if you haven't, one of the measures that is printed on our scan is basal metabolic rate. So this is an enlarged version of my scan. And down here, it says that my basal metabolic rate is 1,593 calories. So let's just call it 1,600. Now, basal metabolic rate is not the amount of calories that you should eat in a day. It's your baseline metabolic rate. So it's your body's minimum requirement of the calories required to run the engine, to run the body in a 24-hour period in a state of rest. So if I was to lie in bed all day and watch Netflix and not move, then theoretically I would require 1,593 calories to maintain my current body state. Now, this for some of you might be more than you eat. Now, it depends on how much muscle mass you have and how big your body is. For example, I'm 178 centimeters tall, I'm around 70 kilograms, and I've got a little over 30 kilos of muscle. So my basal metabolic rate is strongly related to the size of my body and in particular my skeletal muscle mass. So if I was to put on muscle and to go up to 35 kilos of muscle, I'm going to have a higher basal metabolic rate. In effect, I've increased my metabolism. If I was to not exercise and not do anything and my muscle mass was to decrease, theoretically I'm going to reduce my metabolism because my body requires less calories to run itself. So one way to increase your metabolism is to increase your muscle mass, so to get stronger. Now you might want to think about the type of exercise you're doing and is it making you stronger? Is running 5 kilometers making you stronger? Is it going to increase your muscle mass? Is it then going to increase your basal metabolic rate, or the amount of calories that you require in a day? So it's something worth looking at. Now, so I just wanted to make this point because, so for example, for me, my calories are 1,600. Now, if I was to eat 1,000 calories a day, every day for a few weeks, then theoretically I am under eating. And if it's over a long period of time, then it's chronic under eating. And I would be putting myself into some kind of form of chronic starvation overall. Now, I'm not talking about starvation to the point where, the vultures are circling and, and I'm about to kind of, die of starvation. But overall, there's sort of like a deficit. It's a bit like not having enough sleep over a long period of time. Eventually something's going to break. And you're going to need more sleep to catch up. The similar kind of thing is true for calories. Now, I do fasting days, not at the moment because I'm pregnant, but I do fasting days generally, and even at the moment, sometimes I may not eat until 11 or 12 o'clock if I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat food just because the clock says so. I think we've been conditioned to eat by the clock, or to eat when it's lunchtime at work or when it's break time at work. But really, I believe, mine and Adam's philosophy is that your body will tell you when it's hungry, and that is when it needs fuel. So on a fasting day, for example, I may eat 100 calories or 300 or 400 calories, or if I don't really eat until lunchtime, I might have, an 800 calorie day. But then the next day, I might have more calories. I might have, a bowl of nuts. I might have a whole avocado with my breakfast, which is more calorie dense. So it's a little bit like sleep. You could have a little bit less calories one day, a little bit more calories the other day, and it's sort of got to balance itself out. But it is worth noting, are you eating enough? And especially if you have lost some weight by reducing your calories and then you have plateaued and then you feel like you need to reduce your calories even further to lose even more weight. Sometimes this can work against you, and it can mean that it can hold your plateau even longer, which then causes stress, which then can actually have a negative effect on your weight loss anyway. So a few points to talk about there. Now, if your goal is actually to build muscle mass and you're training by doing weights at the gym, you're putting your body under a lot of pressure and stress by lifting heavy weights, then you are going to have a much higher calorie load. It could be twice or even 2.5 times your basal metabolic rate. I'm not going to prescribe how many calories you should eat. You can get online and look at calorie counters and get some kind of estimate. But personally, neither Adam nor myself count calories. We never have, we never will. We eat what we eat by eye, we eat by sight, we eat by how satiated our body is, and I think that that's a better way than necessarily by counting every calorie, because then it becomes a little bit of a stress thing. So I just wanted to point that out. So if you're a similar size to me, you may have around 1,600, between 1,400 to 1,600 calories for a female is fairly kind of standard. For a male, it will be more than that. So yeah, I hope that was interesting, and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, bye.